At the Lyon station in Paris, it looks like just another ordinary evening. But in a moment, an out-of-control train will crash into the station and collide with another train full of people. It is June 27, 1988. A commuter train is heading to Paris. On board are driver Solon and conductor Beauvais. Most of the trip proceeds normally. It is only shortly before reaching Paris, as the train passes through the Verdemezon station, that something unexpected happens. A young woman pulls the emergency brake and quickly disappears. The train crew must release the brakes. Although they are initially unable to do so, shortly after 7 p.m., the train is ready to continue its journey. Driver Solon is instructed not to stop at the next station in order to make up for the delay. The train starts moving again. However, Solon and Beauvais are unaware that they made a fateful mistake while releasing the brakes. Back in Paris, people are rushing toward a stationary commuter train. The train should have departed long ago, but its conductor has not yet arrived. As a result, many more people manage to board the train, and it is completely overcrowded. Meanwhile, Solon's train is heading toward Paris at a speed of over 90 km per hour. Solon passes through the Maison Alfort station, the last straight stretch before Paris. After a moment, he sees a yellow light, a signal that he should begin to slow down. He applies the brakes, but they don't work. He feels almost no response. He tries again. Although the train slows down slightly, the braking effect is too weak, and the train continues to accelerate. Conductor Beauvais sets out to find the emergency brake, while Solon calls the control center via radio. An alarm is triggered, and the other trains automatically come to a stop. But the dispatchers cannot identify the runaway train because Solon did not report in correctly. However, there is still one possibility. Solon's train was supposed to be routed to an empty track, and the consequences would not have been so tragic since the passengers had moved to the last car in the meantime. However, when the alarm is triggered, the set routes are cancelled, and all switches return to their default positions. This means that Solon's train is now heading toward an occupied track, where another train is waiting. Meanwhile, the dispatchers can see that the runaway train is approaching the station, and broadcast a warning over the platform speakers. Panic breaks out on the stationary train, and everyone rushes to get out. Its driver, Tanguy, also repeats the warning over the train's intercom, but the collision is inevitable. The runaway train crashes into the station and completely demolishes the first car of the stationary train. No one on the runaway train suffered serious injuries. On the second train, the driver, Tanguy, and dozens of other people die. The first rescue workers arrive in about 11 minutes. Severely injured people are trapped in the wreckage of the destroyed train and need immediate assistance. But getting to them is a challenge. Rescuers have to cut through the twisted steel, and doctors eventually turn the platform into a makeshift operating room. The collision ultimately claimed 56 lives. Shortly after the accident, investigators set to work. They gradually ruled out the possibility of intentional sabotage and focused on the procedure the train crew used to release the brakes. The handle for releasing the emergency brake was located in a narrow space between the first and second cars. The lever for the air brake line, which shuts off the air supply from the first motor car to the other cars, was also located in the same spot. As the men released the emergency brake handle, they accidentally moved the second lever as well. They thought the brakes were finally released. However, in the cab, Solon realized that they were still locked. He thought it was another common problem: excessive air pressure. So they went through all the cars, one by one, and manually released the air from each bogie. Now everything finally seems to be in order, and the indicator in the cab shows the correct pressure. However, this is a terrifying mistake. In reality, the pressure reading corresponds only to the first motor car, which is now isolated from the other cars due to a closed valve. Thus, only the first car of the entire train will be braking. Furthermore, investigators uncovered another shocking fact. In addition to the air brake, the train was equipped with an electromagnetic brake. It was fully functional, but since train drivers did not typically use it, it did not occur to Solon to activate it, even though he could have significantly slowed the train with its help. Investigators concluded that the main cause was an error by train driver Solon, but they also pointed out other systemic shortcomings. Train driver Solon later served 6 months in prison for manslaughter. The woman who pulled the emergency brake was acquitted. Following the tragedy, the railway company implemented a number of changes, including improved employee training and modifications to the emergency brake system. It appears that the accident served as a sufficient lesson. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please like it or subscribe.